Now we are going to talk about how does the computer work. Okay, it's a basic principle. This class or this session, I will call it how computer work for dummies, for a very, very beginner people. But it's very nice because it will give you a wide idea about how is many of the components work. And it will help you move to the next step when we start giving you heavier classes about heavier stuff. Good. So I need a volunteer. Can somebody volunteer with me? Help me. Come on. I promise you I'll be nice. I will be polite. I won't ask you for a lot. I will not move on until somebody volunteers.
I can try.
Okay. So Sheikha will help. Good. Thank you very much. So here is the big question for you, Sheikha, that everybody was afraid from. What is this?
A pen.
A pen. So I asked Sheikha a question, she answered me. Good. Now, can you guys tell me how did Sheikha brain figure it out? Let's see. So this is Sheikha. She doesn't look very nice, but that's fine. Okay. Sheikha have a brain. Hopefully it's bigger than this in the picture, but let's see what happened. So I have a pen here. Good. The pen is an image. I asked the question to Sheikha. Sheikha need to figure it out. So the pen or the photo of the pen, it goes through the eye. Sheikha's eye will transform the light or the photon or whatever that physics crazy stuff that make us see computers, see things around us. The eye will transfer it from the light into a brain signal. Your brain signal, I don't know what your brain use, but let's assume it's some kind of electricity. So the eye will translate the light into a brain signal. The ear will translate the sound into a brain signal. Good. So the eye did the translation and she sent it to the brain. Now the brain, Sheikha brain have a something that she need to figure it out. What is this? So what does Sheikha brain do? Simple. Good. Sheikha brain goes to his memory. He have all the photo that Sheikha saw in her life. Sheikha brain will start calling them one by one. Is the pen look like this? No. Like this? No. Like this? No. Like this? No. The brain keep doing it until he find the answer. Good. It doesn't have to be very, very exact match because Sheikha brain is smarter than the computer. Anything similar will be equivalent. Now Sheikha brain find the answer. Once Sheikha brain find the answer, what does she do? What did she do? She have to give me the answer. Good. How did she give me the answer? She sent the command to her mouth. Told her mouth, tell him pen and let him stop nagging me. I regret that I even volunteer for this. Okay, so her brain sent the signal to her mouth. Okay, move the lips 3 centimeters to 1 centimeter, move the tongue a little bit to the right, push the air, don't push the air, blah, whatever magic she do in her mouth. I heard the word pen. Now, Sheikha could answer me in a different way. She could move the mouse to the chat box, click on it, move her finger to the P letter, E letter, N letter, press enter. She answered me by typing. She could answer me by writing. So there is different way of answering me. Good? So now, Sheikha brain have an input device that translate whatever is outside her head to inside her head. You have output device that translate what she have inside her head to the outside of the world. We call them input devices, output devices. What input devices we have as a human? Can you give me example?
What? Eyes, hand.
Eyes. What else? Ears. The tongue, so you guys can test stuff. The nose, you can smell stuff. Your skin, you can feel stuff, correct? All these are doing what? translating outside signal to something that your brain will understand. What are the output equipment? Something like your muscles, your movement, etc. Clear? Anybody have a question? Good. So let me ask everybody a question for all of you. What is the capital of Kuala Lumpur? Come on, guys. Somebody should know it. What is the capital of Kuala Lumpur?
Not sure. Not good at geography.
What do you guys think? Nobody knows? Not even one guy knows? Oh, somebody knows. Malaysia.
The capital, by the way. It's the capital.
Malaysia is, sorry, Kuala Lumpur is the capital of Malaysia. Okay, why did some of you know it, or one of you guys know it? Why is the other guys didn't know it? Because you guys are destroying your brain watching stupid TikTok all the day. I'm just kidding. Of course not. No, this is the fact.
Because I searched Google.
Oh, he says Google. Oh my God, that's even worse. Simple, because your memory don't have that information. Correct? Your memory do not have this information. That's why when your brain starts searching for Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur, Kuala Lumpur, like you couldn't find it. And that's why you had no answer. So technically, it's the information inside your memory is what gives your brain the ability to find the answers. Clear? Same thing applies for computers. People believe computers can do everything. It's a true and it's a false at the same time. Can a human do everything? Yes, human can do everything. Can I, Hassan, do everything? No. Can a human jump over, you know, those guys who run with a stake and they put it on the floor and like jump up high with the stake above something and they fail? You know this sport?
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it. Can a human do it? Yes, human do it. Can I do it? Absolutely not. There is no stake in the world that could lift me up that high. Good. Again, computers in general are a very powerful machine, but in specific, they are dumb. Computers are the dumbest machine we invented ever. Why? Because if you didn't teach the computer what to do or how to react or what to do, the computer will not be able to do it. Good. I've seen this in the previous years. Now people are getting a little bit better about this, but I remember a meeting I had back in the year 2000, 2003, I remember, before I go to UK. One of my friends took me to visit somebody, in a very important person in the military in Syria, very high ranking guy. So the guy was like, Hassan, computers can do everything. Computers should figure out that those guys are thieves, those guys are, computers are not magic. If I told my computer that Sheikha's mark is 5 in the lab and 10 in the exam, computer will tell me the answer is 15. Now, if I am bad guy and I'm writing 5 instead of 0, computer cannot tell if I'm lying. If I'm giving the computer the wrong information, computer cannot figure it out unless you have a huge, massive system that will help me. And he says, no, you are lying and you don't understand. And we had a huge argument that day. Computers are not as smart as you guys think. Okay, so let's go to the computer now. Okay, so how does the computer really work? Computer have a brain. That brain is called CPU, Central Process Unit. We call it CPU, or we call it the processor, or we call it the Central Processing Unit. It's the brain of the computer. Good. It's a small chipset that is like almost the size of the tip of my finger. This is the part that actually think in the computer, that actually do the calculation, that actually do all the work in the computer. Good. Somebody will tell me, Hassan, how does it actually do that? I'll explain it later. But let's now say that the CPU is the one that think. Now the computer, the CPU have a small problem. Good. He doesn't remember. He have no memory. That's why he needs to have what? A storage memory next to him, somewhere to store the information, somewhere to store the data. So for example, if somebody brought me a list of student number, student grade, good, or a student payment or whatever, and it's like 100 numbers, and you want me to find what's the total of those 100 numbers. The CPU cannot remember the 100 number. The 100 number should be put where? In the storage, here. The CPU will tell the storage, give me the first number, give me the second number, he will add them. Give me the third, he will add them. Give me the fourth, he will add them. Give me the fifth, give me the seventh, then give me 100, here is the answer. So the CPU will have the 100 number here, good, and he will start calling them one by one and will do his work. So the CPU depends very heavily on the storage in order for him to work. What does that mean? The CPU is super fast. Today's CPUs, today's processors can do 4 billion calculation per second. 4,000 million calculation per second, and even more. Good, even more than this. Imagine how fast they are. What does that mean for the storage? It means the storage should be also very fast, so she can give him the information at this fast and take the answer back at this fast. Let's imagine this. Sheikha, she is really good in math. Can you do math, Sheikha? Adding math, no multiplication, just adding.
Yeah,
Good?
adding. Yeah.
So she is very good. Okay, and she is very fast. She was the best student in grade 5 doing adding. Okay, now I will give her the number to add and she will give me the answer. She's very fast. Remember, she's the best. And I will be like, Sheikha, 3, Salli al Nabi, take time, plus 5. So if I am very slow to give her, Sheikha will say 8. I'm like, okay, Salli al Nabi, wait a minute, Rawi, take it easy, let me write it. Okay, 8. I'm coughing, 1 second. What's the second number? I am super slow. Sheikha is really fast. She's amazing. But what can she do? Nothing. She has to sit down and wait for me until I finish, give her the number. Good. So if the CPU is very fast, the storage should be what? Very fast. Good. So what's the problem, Hassan? Give him a fast storage, Habibi. Khalas, forget about it. Yes, of course, I can give him fast storage, but fast storage will do what? Will cost me a lot of money. So if I give him fast storage, that means it will be very expensive. If I give him low speed storage, it will be cheap. Good. So here is a problem. So what do? Do I give him fast storage? That will cost me a lot of money, and now my computer costs a ton of money. People cannot afford to buy it. Or give him low speed. Good. And then it will be okay, cheap computer, people can buy it, but it will be slow. You got the problem? Good. So how did they fix it? Simple. The guys decided to split the storage into 2 parts. Fast part and the slow part. The fast part is really fast, but that will make him very high cost, very expensive. But because it's very expensive, we cannot have too much of it. It will be small storage, but it's very fast. Good. Now the slow part is slow, and because it's slow, it's not expensive, it's cheap, low cost. And because it's low cost, we can have too much of it. Good. So now I have a low speed storage, a high speed storage. The low speed storage and the high speed storage have these names. The high speed storage, we call it RAM. The low speed storage, we call it hard disk. Okay. So now in my computer, I have a RAM and I have a hard disk. The RAM is super fast. The hard disk is super slow. The RAM is very expensive. That's why I cannot have too much RAM in my computer. I can, nobody preventing me. But that means my computer will cost me what? Ton of money. You guys know those guys, the crazy guys who buy gaming computers with ton of RAM on that gaming computer, and the computer costs 15,000 riyal. I had a student came to me last semester, one of my guys, says, Hassan, I want to buy this computer to play with it. And he gave me the specification of the RAM, and the computer was like about 19,000 riyal. I told him, seriously, tell your dad, if he wants to shoot you in the head, I can help him bury the body. Paying 19,000 riyal for a computer to play with, I can help your dad kill you. And he's like, why? Good. Very expensive RAM. Of course, the hard disk is cheap. So what do we do? Simple. So how does it work? Look, a RAM that is 16 gigabyte, we'll explain what the gigabyte mean later, but the RAM that is 16 gigabyte cost about $80, while a hard disk that is 1 terabyte or 1,000 gigabyte cost around $80. This one is 60 times bigger for the same price. Why? Because this is super fast, this is super slow. Clear? Good. Okay, Hassan, clear, but how does it work? Simple. I will use the hard disk to save all my photo, my movies, my programs, my games, because it's very cheap. I can have it very, very big. This 1000 gigabyte hard drive, it can store like 5 million photos. It can store at least 1,000 very high definition movie. Yeah, it's a huge storage. So here in the hard drive, I will store all of this stuff. Okay. Now my RAM is small. I cannot have huge RAM. I cannot have 1 terabyte hard RAM. If 1 terabyte RAM, the machine will be like 1 million riyal price. So the RAM is low. Now every time I try to play a game or watch a movie or open a file or work on some application, the machine will carry that application from the hard disk and take it to the RAM. Now it is in the RAM. Now I can work on it, and I can work on it fast because the CPU and the RAM will work together on that game and things will be fast. When I finish with it, I close it, I open something else, that something else will come to the RAM and I have no problem. Clear? So what's the problem then? There is absolutely no problem. There is one small problem. Every time you open something, it has to be copied from the hard disk to the RAM. And that's why you guys get this. Do you guys know what is this photo?
Loading screen for Fortnite.
What does the loading screen do? Why do you guys see it?
Buffering?
Why do you see the loading screen?
To move from the hard disk to the RAM.
Exactly. Your Fortnite game is on the hard disk. When you double click on the Fortnite game to play, it will carry it from the hard disk to the RAM. Good. That will take time. The bigger the game, the more time it will take to load. Same thing on your mobile phone. Did you guys notice when you try to play a game on your mobile phone, you open the game and they give you this funny picture, then another funny picture, then another funny picture, then the game starts. Like, what the hell? Give me the picture immediately. Give me the game immediately. We cannot give you the game immediately because the game is on the hard drive of the phone. They don't call it hard drive, but hard drive of the phone. When you click on it, we have to get it to the RAM of the phone. Now, once the game started, we have no problem. The game will work fine. Absolutely no problem with it. Good. It's just the loading take time. Why is the loading taking time? Because you're moving stuff from the hard disk to the RAM. Look at my computer right now. In my computer, I will go to open this application. This application called Photoshop. Photoshop is one of the heaviest applications in the computer. Look, when I open it, what will happen? You see what does it do here? Loading. Can you see how much time it's taking? What does it do right now? What is the computer doing right now? He is taking the necessary files from the hard drive and bring them where? To the memory.
RAM.
Imagine that I have no RAM. This is how stupid it will be. Every time you click on something, it will be super slow. But because I have the RAM, I have no problem. Okay, so now you can look here inside the application. Once it's loaded, once it's open, everything is fast. Like I have no problem. Everything is okay. I can go draw something, color it, do any effect I want to do. You see, system is smooth. So why is it now very smooth? Because it's working from the RAM. Okay, if for some reason I have no RAM, then the machine will be super slow. You will click on the menu and it will take like 3-4 minutes to open. Okay, so this is how they solve the headache. Good. We have appropriate RAM size, small, not very big. Yes, it's expensive, but we are not going to put 1,000,000 of it. It's just 16 giga. And we have very huge hard drives. Clear? Okay?
Yeah.
Not very confusing? Good, alhamdulillah. Okay. So somebody asked me yesterday, Hassan, what happens if I start opening one thing after one thing after one thing after one thing? So I have my computer running right now. Ops, what did I do? Yeah, one click, you screw everything. I have my computer now. I start opening. Windows is running. I have my antivirus is running. I'm having Chrome. I'm having Word. I'm having Excel. I have things open. Every time I open something, it will get loaded into my RAM. Good. Now, what will happen when my RAM gets full? What will happen?
It becomes slower.
If it's getting full. Now, when it's full and I want to watch the movie, the computer has no place to put the movie in the RAM. So he have to work where? From the hard drive. And because you have to work with it from the hard drive, it will be dead slow. And you'll find the machine just like hanging and things will go stupid and it will slow down. Good. It happened on the phones as well. Sometimes on your phone, you'll find your phone like stupid and the guys will tell you turn it off or turn it on, or someone will tell you close all the application. Good. Why they do this? Because there is so many stuff in the RAM. So either you go close those applications and clear some RAM space. Okay? So this is what will happen. Somebody will tell me, Hassan, can you tell me how do I know if my RAM is full or not? Simple. It's very, very simple. In your Windows 10 machine at home, you can simply do it by right-click on the toolbar and take an option called Task Manager. If you right-click here in your Windows 10 machine. Now, this is my Windows 11, stupid Windows 11. So I have to go somewhere else to show it to you, but it's called Task Manager. So when I go to Task Manager, I go under Performance. Here, I can see my memory consumption. You see my memory consumption now is what? 10 out of 16. Good? Because I have so many stuff open. So I'm going to close them. I'm going to close Chrome. I'm going to close Outlook. I'm going to close Firefox. I'm going to close the snapshot, this guy. I have Zoom. I cannot close Zoom, guys. I will kick you out of the class. But anyway, so I close them. Look what happened now. I dropped from 10 to what? To 8. Did you see it how I dropped? Good. That means I'm losing less RAM. Let's do the opposite. Let's open Photoshop. As I said, Photoshop is a heavy program. So if I open Photoshop, again, very slow hard drive. Come on, Habibi, استعجل شوي. We have a class. We cannot wait for you all day. You see, why is it slow? It is loading. Good. Come on, now it's silly. Okay. You see, I went back to what? Almost 9. Let's open Microsoft Word, open Chrome, open Firefox, open Outlook, open this IBTV. I don't know what is this. Open, enough. My computer will crash now. Okay. So when I open all these stupid stuff, what happened now? I got what? More and more in the RAM. Okay. So this is how you know what? How much RAM you are consuming. or how much RAM are your machine taking or consuming from your work. So let me just close them for a second. Okay. So this is an easy way to monitor it. You can also monitor it in a different ways, and this will give you a lot of details. We will talk about this later. I can show you how you guys can benefit from this. Okay. Here, it will show you how hard is my processor working. You see my processor now working at 50% of its power. If I start asking my computer to do some thinking or some calculation or some hard work, it will go up to 100 or go down. Okay, here is how much my internet is working, my Ethernet cable and my Wi-Fi. Here is how much my Wi-Fi is busy. So this very nice tool called Task Manager. We will talk about it later. It will be part of your labs. Okay. Clear? Anybody have a question about the CPU, RAM, and hard drive and this simplified way? Good. Now, in the next few weeks, we will explain to you really about the CPUs. We'll give you the real explanation. This is just kid explanation. This is something I explain for somebody who have never touched a PC before. But it's a nice explanation to give you an idea. Okay. So now, here is my computer. Here is my case. I have the processor, I have the RAM, I have the hard drive inside it. Okay. Now, I will have input devices. I will have output devices. Just like Sheikha have her eyes and her skin and her tongue and her muscles, computers can have input devices like mouse, keyboard, microphone. It has also output devices like printers, screens, speaker, things that will help computer communicate with things around it. Okay? Good. Now, we will move now to a second part of this, what we call it the software part. So, everything we spoke about in the last few slides, we call it hardware. Hardware including the computer, the screen, the mouse, the keyboard, the motherboard, the graphic card. Here is the CPU. This is how it looks like. Here's the RAM. This is the hard disk. You see? All these things, we call it hardware. It's a physical component. It is something that you can catch in your arm. It is something that you can actually hold in your hand. Good. But there is another part of the computer. We call it the software. Software is something very, very simple. Some people get it, some people doesn't get it, but here is a very simple explanation that will explain it to you. What is the software? Simply, let's look at the washing machine. Have you guys seen this washing machine before?
No, but it looks old.
It looks really, really old. First of all, do you guys know how to do laundry or no?
We do.
You do? You help your mother in washing clothes, or should I pray for your mother and like feel sad for them? Because the first section in the morning have no idea what the washing machine does. At least you guys do here a little bit. Okay. So this is a very old washing machine back from the 60s and the 70s. I seen it when I was very young kids. Some families still had it. So this is 100% manual washing machine. Good? 100% manual, all hardware. So in this machine, if I want to wash my clothes, I will add water, add my clothes, add the soap or the deodorant, whatever, and then click the button to spin it. So it starts spinning. And then I will start staring at it while it's spinning until I get dizzy. Once I get dizzy, I will stop it, empty the water from it. Good. Add fresh water, let it spin again until I'm dizzy again, empty the water, and put these things through the squeezing. So this is how I used to use it to wash my clothes. Good. Done. It's a very boring way. Good. Now, if the clothes were really, really dirty, I have to do a different steps. I cannot do the same steps. I will add boiling water instead of normal water. I will spin it, but for a longer time. Good. And I will let it spin and then let it stop. So the water will suck in the clothes will suck in the water. So it will take time to get the dirt off it. Then add fresh water, then add soap again, then add fresh water again. So it will be different steps. Okay. So these are the steps that I have to do one by one myself while I'm sitting there staring at the washing machine for the entire day. Good. To wash the not very dirty clothes. This one, different steps, more steps to do the very, very dirty clothes. Okay. Now, alhamdulillah, thank Allah and for everybody who invented the new washing machine. You know, guys, know what this do?
Yes.
Now, if I give you my cotton t-shirts and my cotton socks, what do? You put it on cotton. Good. Now, what's the difference between cotton and wool?
Wool can stretch faster. That's why it needs temperature of water different.
Exactly. Tell your mom, my teacher says, yeah, you have a very good daughter. Okay, at least you know the difference between the two. The first section, nobody knows about. Cottons have a different way of washing than wool. Wool t-shirts, you have to wash them very, very lightly, like light washing. While cotton, you can squeeze them. Okay. So with the manual washing machine, I have to do all these steps myself. I have to go step by step myself. Here, I'll just put it on the cotton and leave it. And the machine will add water, spin 10 times this way, stop 10 times this way, stop 10 times this way. Good. Spin fast, so it will squeeze the clothes too much, mix them. Blah, 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 blah. Until it's done, it will take 2 hours. Good. While the wool one, it will spin very slowly, so the piece of clothes will not get damaged. It will have cold water, not hot water, and the steps. This is what we call it a washing program. And if you look at the advertisement of the washing machine, they will tell you we have a washing programs, multiple washing program that suit your life. What does the program mean? It's the set of instruction that the machine have to do. So technically, a program is set of instruction that the hardware will do. So what's the difference between the washing machine that have a program and the washing machine that do not have a program? Huge difference. The washing machine that have a program, you just says cotton and you go. And the washing machine will do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, 7, 7, blah, 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 then will beep when it's done. While the manual machine that have no programs, you have to do all these steps by yourself. Well, these programs, we call them software. Good. These programs, we call them software. They are set of instruction that will allow the hardware or the computer to do the specific task. Good. Can you guys think about an example other than the washing machine that can simplify software or no software? Can you think about another machine? What about the phones? Do you remember the old phone, the one that has like a disc phone? Let me show you that.
I do have examples there,
Yeah,
but I don't know if you know it or not. It's the crochet or tricot, the one that we do it for clothing for cardigan or wool.
exactly.
Clothes. There is machines and we can do it by hand. By hand, it takes a lot of steps and a lot of concentrating or stuff like that. But the machine can do everything.
Exactly. The knitting machine, you know, this knitting machine where the ladies used to do this with their needles.
Yes.
Used to do it manually. Good. Until somebody came up and invented a machine and he put a software for that machine. Says, do one knot like this and one knot like this and one knot like this, and then you will have these lovely t-shirts. Same thing for the phone. You remember this old phone? I don't think any of you seen it or worked on it, but it was there in the world. If I want to dial somebody's number, I'll have to put my finger here and rotate it and then leave it until it's come back. These phones were 100% hardware. I couldn't redial somebody I had to go again and again with the button. Good. While the new phones have a redial button. You press the redial button, it will automatically bring the numbers and call them again. This is called software. There's a big difference between the software and no software. What about cars? Do cars have softwares? My Lancer is a stupid car. She has no software. Good. But don't misunderstand me. It's a very nice car. I can drive it. I can go. I can come back. It takes me places. It's a nice car, but it's a hardware car. Good. Hassan, what do you mean? Imagine, compare my Lancer to the Tesla. Habibi, the Tesla can park itself. Good. Can my Lancer park itself? No. What's the difference between my Tesla and the Lancer and the Tesla? What's the difference?
Sir, do you mean manual and automatic?
I'm not talking about manual automatic gear. I'm talking about, can my Lancer park itself?
No.
No. Can the Tesla park itself?
Yeah.
What's the difference between the Tesla and my car then? Both of them have wheel, both of them have engine. What's the difference?
One of them has software, one of them is manually.
Exactly. The Tesla have a software that tell the hardware what to do. So the Tesla software will tell the hardware, okay, wheel, go all the way to the right. Good. Put reverse, start reversing, stop, straight the wheel, go reversing, blah, 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 blah. The car park itself. While my car, my Lancer, doesn't know that software. She doesn't have a software. I have to manually steer all the way to the right, stop, go back straight, until I park if I hit anybody. Good. So this is the difference between the software and non-software. Good. That's why the difference between smart equipment. You know this is smart equipment. What's the difference between a smart fridge and normal fridge? Normal fridge is cooling the food. It's cooling the food, Habibi. It's a fridge. The smart fridge, it has sensors in the fridge for the egg place, for the milk place, for the butter place. It has sensors and it has a software that will monitor. The software will monitor the eggs. And okay, the fridge has only 2 eggs left. Now he will send to your mobile application a message says, you need eggs at home. The milk is less than 20% left. He will send you a message says, you need milk at home. Good. Does that mean the fridge do different job than the smart fridge and the stupid fridge? Did they do different job? It's the same fridge. The only difference is the software. Good. So software technically is instruction that tell the hardware what to do in a very simple way. Now in computer world, software are divided into 2 groups. They are either applications or system software. Applications, of course, this is just to make things very, very simplified. There is so much more complicated behind this. I'm just simplifying stuff for you. But applications are something like what? Can you guys give me a sample of applications?
Instagram, Snapchat.
Exactly. Word, PowerPoint, Photoshop, Instagram, Snapchat, Game, Uber, Kareem, Talabat. All these are applications to do a specific job. While there is something called system software, what we call it operating system. Don't call it system software. It's called operating system. Operating system is a core of the software. It's the core of the machine. The most common one of them is the Windows 11, Windows 10, Mac OS, Open2. In the mobile, you have Android, you have iOS, you have Harmony. So Android, iOS, these are operating system. These are the basic of the software that help the computer to work or help the mobile to run. Okay, we will explain about them later. I'm just giving you a roughly idea today, a simple idea today. Clear? Okay, so your Android or your iOS or your Harmony OS, your Windows 10, your Mac OS, your Windows 11, all these stuff, including your Uber, Talabat, Kareem, PowerPoint, Windows, all of these are software. Okay. Now there is one extra slide. I have it from a different course, but it's nice you guys know about it. There is something called programming language. What is a programming language? Programming language is a software that we use to create programs or applications. So it's a software we use to create applications with it. Like I can have a software now, I can a programming language, I can sit down, create a program. When I finish, it will be a mobile application game that you guys can download from App Store and play on it. So the programming language, it's something we do. I'm thinking you guys, many of you took the course last semester. You guys took the Python course last semester or no?
Yeah, there's Python, C++.
Yes.
So Python is a sample of a programming language. Okay. Anybody have a question?
No, thank you.